And a good evening, everyone. Jewel here with you, checking out Invest 98Ls, what we're looking at here. You can tell these clouds are forming to be a little more severe as it's approaching the coastline up here, right off the coast of North and South Carolina now. Over here where I live, I have got some rain from some of the rain bands today. I should get a whole lot more tomorrow. But this is what the latest IR loop is looking like, satellite loop. You can see it does have rain in it. Some factors are going on. Of course, we'll check out with the National Hurricane Center. But this is going to run into some sheer wind. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'll let you know what the National Hurricane Center is saying also. And no matter what happens, if something does develop and you're in a dangerous area, please listen to your local officials and your sheriff's office. Now, what is going on? Well, I think it may run into some sheer wind. Right now, looking at this picture, the winds in it right now are 23 miles per hour. That's the sustained winds. Now, it does have gusts up to 34 miles per hour. Neither of those are tropical storm material. You have to have sustained winds of 39 miles per hour to be a tropical storm. Not a subtropical, but a tropical. Now, the radius of the circulation of this thing is about 10 miles, and the radius of the maximum winds go out about 11 miles from it. So, I wanted you to see what it was looking like. It's building more and more. It's trying real hard. We'll have to wait and see if it makes it. Let's check something else out. My thinking as of now may change, but I think a lot of rain, a big rainmaker is what this is going to be for a lot of places. And some of the places, this is the map from My Fox Hurricane. This we're going to check out. You see, this is sheer wind. We see it's right here now, okay? It's where there's not any. It's going to travel, though, and as it travels, it's going north-northeastward. I think places like Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Toms River, New Jersey, you're going to get rain out of this. I think the most wind should be about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Long Island, New York, you could probably get about 2.5 inches of rain before it's all over. Your wind should be probably from it anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, this may change. Remember, it could change. If it does, I'll let you know. But this is what it's looking like now. Virginia Beach, Virginia. You could have sustained winds around 13 to 18 miles per hour. Your wind gusts could get up to around 28 miles per hour. You've got a very good chance of rain Thursday night, Friday, and Friday night from this. And it's looking like right now that the highest rain from this storm for this area of Virginia Beach is going to be east of I-95. So, we look at the shear wind. This goes up to 72 hours. All right, see, it's off the coast here where there is none, but see where it's got to go. We've got 30, 35 mile per hour shear wind. The storm is not organized enough, as of yet anyway, to get through this very well. As we click on through, as it moves northeastward, we can plainly see that dark blue 30 to 35 mile per hour shear winds is going to kind of hamper it developing, but so very much. Not that it doesn't want to, it does. But we'll click on up here a little faster. You can see here it is right here. We'll move on along, get on up. You can see as it moves north-northeastward, it stays in that shear wind. And you can see this great big Bermuda high. That's what's keeping it up close to the coastline. We have another one over here. Now, we have a low up in this area north of it. That's what's pulling it up this way. But it can't go anywhere. This big high keeps pushing it. It has to go in this direction. And you can see it right now over the New Jersey area. But look at all of that. And Long Island, New York, all the northern states, Pennsylvania. The shear wind is 30 to 35 miles per hour. It may become subtropical. I don't think it will become a tropical storm, though. I've said that all along. That's what I think. I could be very wrong, but you see this for yourself right now. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for sharing this information with your family and friends and on your social media to help me let people be aware of what's going on and to help people stay safe. Please don't forget to click the bell, and for goodness sakes, don't forget to check all, because if you don't check all, you won't get all of my videos as I put them out about the weather. Now, as we take a look from the National Hurricane Center, we can see here it is right here, and it's looking like, let's see if we can get this to come down a little bit. Here we go, so maybe we can read it all and see what they're saying. Still a broad area low pressure right now. It's near the coast of northeastern South Carolina, and it continues to produce a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the adjacent Atlantic waters and portions of eastern North Carolina. As I told you, we've been having these rain bands off and on where I live all day. Now, the low is expected to move northeastward near or just offshore the North Carolina Outer Banks tomorrow, and then turn northeastward and move along the mid-Atlantic coast Friday. Now, environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for development, and a tropical or subtropical cyclone is likely to form within the next day or so. I'm thinking subtropical. I could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. Regardless of the development, though, the system is expected to produce locally heavy rainfall that could cause some flash flooding across portions of eastern North Carolina, the coastal mid-Atlantic, and the southern New England areas during the next few days. Now, this is for coastal areas, and when I was talking about Long Island, Virginia Beach, the coastline of New Jersey, there is that chance of possible flash flooding if you live along the coastlines. And also, if you live on the coast and you're on any body of water, rip currents are going to be up and down the entire eastern seaboard, so please don't go swimming by yourself, and make sure you have a lifeguard available, okay? Now, it is conducive for development, like they're saying, and it could produce all this heavy rain that I've been talking about. Now, gusty winds are also possible along the North Carolina Outer Banks through tomorrow, and along the mid-Atlantic and southern New England coast Friday and Saturday. Now, interest in these areas should monitor the progress of the system and make sure you pay attention to the National Weather Service office, okay? 70% 2 days, 70% 5 days. I think it may become subtropical, but maybe not a tropical storm. And for the most part, I think most of the higher winds are going to stay out in the ocean, as I said before. But there will be certain places that gets copious amounts of rain, and everybody along the coastlines of these areas and some inland areas should receive some rain from Invest 98L. Now, as we check out the eastern North Pacific, we can see we still have Christina here, and the winds are up to 60 miles per hour. The barometric pressure falling 998 millibars. If you're tracking 14.6 north, 106.9 west, moving northwest at 12 miles per hour. And the reason I always say if you're tracking, I know there are fishermen and mariners out here as well as other big boats that like to keep up with tracking these things. So, I wanted to put that in there for you. Now, we have disturbance number 1, an area of low pressure. It's about 1,000 miles southwest of the southern tip of Baja California Peninsula. Its disorganized showers and thunderstorms is happening with it. A little bit of slow development of the system is possible during the next 2 days, but it's going to hit another high pressure, just like on the East Coast. We have this huge Bermuda high. Well, on the West Coast, it's not a Bermuda high, but it's a huge high. And it's looking like at least through the next 5 to 7 days, all of these systems out here that are making up in the eastern North Pacific, they're going to go well west of Hawaii or either move northeast, but they're not going to make it to Hawaii because the high pressure is going to mash them back down. Now, some slow development is possible, but then after a couple of days, the environmental conditions are becoming unfavorable, and it is expected to generally drift northward. Chance of formation 30% 2 days, 30% 5 days. Now, we've got a brand new one over here. It's just low pressure. It's forecast to form. It hadn't really showed up yet, but it should within the next couple of days by late this week or the weekend, and the environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for development, and a tropical depression could form as early as next week, while the system is moving westward well south of the coast of Mexico. Nothing happening in 2 days and 5 days, though. It will go up to a 40% chance of forming. But once again, there's a huge high pressure over here, just like what's on the East Coast, and for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 days, all of these systems should stay well away from Hawaii. Folks, I've gone over many different models. I've gone over just wind models. I've gone over everything, but I've told you what I think it looks like may happen. This is the European model alone right here. We'll turn it on. You can see the timestamp. And this is set on how much rain you might receive from this. Now, you have to remember, this thing is spinning counterclockwise. This rain is going to start to move in a different way. And when it does, all of the wind that it does have is going to bring into all the little creeks and tributaries and rivers up and down the eastern seaboard. It will make them higher. Not that it's going to be a big flood out. There could be some flooding, but it's not going to be like a hurricane or a big bad tropical storm. I do not believe it this time. And you can see that Friday and Saturday, when it moves on up north here, that's when it'll be around New Jersey, Long Island. Then by Saturday afternoon, it'll be up in Massachusetts, moving right on up till it gets to Maine. It should be Maine by not too far away here. Looks like things have kind of slowed up a little bit. Here we go. It's going to pass right on through Maine. Should be up and out of here by Sunday. And that's a quick tropical update for you here. I've tried to cover everything in the shortest length of time that I could to let you know what to expect. Once again, I can't stress enough, it's hurricane season, folks. If you live on the eastern seaboard, from Florida, right on up, Massachusetts, coastline of Maine, even in Newfoundland, in Canada, you need to have your hurricane kits ready. Make sure your kits are ready. Your plans are ready. You got everything set to go and to survive through a storm if one does come your way. So, with that all said and done, please don't forget to share this information with your family, friends, and on your social media. I would appreciate it so very much. Have a good evening, a safe evening, and a blessed evening. Much peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. I love you so much. Thanks for watching.